Been around on my channel, then you know a tradition I have is to name my bullet journals. This is my new bullet journal. His name is Harland. Luma is ready to go. Arlo and I are very excited to be back. Me and Hazel have been having such a great time in 2020. Joe and I have returned to share January bullet journal spreads. The title of this video is not clickbait. I am in fact taking a step back from bullet journaling, and today's video is really meant for me to just sit down and chat with you, kind of spilling the tea on why I got to this decision, and also to, spoiler alert, tell you that planning content is not going anywhere, that my love for planning and stationery is still very much there, and it's still something I plan to make lots of content about going forward. We'll get more into that in a little bit, but there's no denying that bullet journaling has been a big part of the narrative of this channel. It's not everything I do, and that's been very intentional, but it has meant so much to me, and I know to so many of you, so I wanted to take the time to just chit chat with you about it. I think with these kinds of things, it's always nice to go back to the beginning. I started bullet journaling back in 2016, so this has been a system I've been using for 6 years. It's a very long time. I found it when I was 19 years old. I had just finished my first year of university, which was a very big transitional year for me. All of my education up until university was very, I won't say predictable, but it was, I work hard, I get good grades. So I guess in that sense, it's predictable. And university really changed that up because you work hard, you can work hard, you can really try, and you still don't get met with those results. And for someone who was very much so associating sense of self with grades, it was a mess. It was a lot to kind of wrap my head around. Not to mention the fact that I was going to school in a city that, although I had been to before in my life, had never spent significant time within. It was very different from my small town experience growing up, and I was feeling homesick because I was living away from my family for the first time in a long time. So there was a lot happening. It really felt like life was in chaos. So I did my first year of university, and it was in that spring of 2016 that my mom had come across some videos of creators talking about bullet journaling. And she said to me, you know, Caitlin, I've been watching these videos and I think you'd be really into it. She showed me a few, and I thought, wow, that does look something like I could be really good at. I started my first journal, and it wasn't long before I started creating videos about my experience with bullet journaling. I actually looked back, and my first bullet journal video was posted on May 19th, 2016. My first Plan With Me video was in June of 2016. I just kept posting videos showing my spreads, and I saw that more and more people were getting interested in those videos. I had at that point used Caitlin's Corner. This channel was my second channel. I had started my YouTube journey in high school as a booktuber, and then when I started my first year of university, that kind of fell off because I didn't have any time to not only make videos, but more so to even talk about books because I wasn't reading books because of studying. It just created this perfect storm of goodness in my life. Like, people were interested in me talking about planning. The planning system was helping me manage my life. I was excited to be making videos again more regularly. It just all around was so good, and bullet journaling content really helped grow Caitlin's Corner and is a large reason why I'm at this place where I'm at today. I think my first couple of years posting videos with bullet journal videos, I really heavily did that. But over the years, especially in my later years of university, I really tried to make the channel a bit more balanced so that it's not just bullet journal content, but there's no denying that bullet journal videos were what people originally came to this channel for. In my planning playlist, I have 130 videos, so there might be a few left out of that playlist, but 130 bullet journal videos where I show spreads that I'm creating. I usually make 8 to 12 pages on average of a new design. So you do the math on that. And it's just wild to see like how my planning has evolved and the kinds of spreads I create, my design taste. But one thing that I was making note of my first video that I did on the channel is that if you go back to that video, which, wow, what a throwback that is. There's so many spreads in that video that I still do today, like a reading tracker and a gratitude log. There's even a section where I'm talking about this horizontal planner layout I have for my weekly spread. And I say in that video, I think I need to try a vertical weekly spread. I think it'll be like more catered to my needs. And how many times have I said in these voiceovers for these Plan With Me's that I always go back to vertical because that's just what works for me. So it's really funny to see so much has changed, but also there's so much that at its core has stayed the same.
I'm actually thinking about incorporating a more vertical layout into my bullet journal, because when I bought my Erin Condren planner, one of the reasons I bought it was because of the vertical layout that I love so much. So maybe I'm going to incorporate that layout into more of a bullet journal friendly format.
And just the process of sharing those Plan With Me videos each month too was really exciting. It was exciting to know, or to post a video and get comments saying, I've been waiting to do my planning until you posted your Plan With Me, or to see photos or videos of people tagging me in recreations of spreads that I've done. It's exciting to know that you play a small role in someone's planning. Like that's a real impactful thing, to be part of someone's day in a more intimate way like that, and helping them create a spread to get them through a project or to help them manage their week. Like, seeing those recreations always brought a smile to my face. I think anyone who's watched my bullet journal videos knows that I tend to take more of a functional approach with my bullet journal. I've always strived to make spreads that were very easy to duplicate but still looked cute, and I think that's something that has been what people come to my planner videos for, is to just get ideas that are very functional and practical. And that's what's made it a system that's worked so well for me, is that I really do feel like it's been helpful in my life. So if bullet journaling is so great, why am I deciding to quit? It's a good question, and I think there's two parts to it, because I feel tension in my relationship with bullet journaling right now, both from my use of it in a personal way, like just my experience with it as a system for my own life, and also from a content perspective, particularly with the monthly Plan With Me videos. From a personal perspective, at its core, I really just feel like I'm in need of a change up. I've been doing this thing for 6 years, been using this one system of planning, and as someone who loves planning, I want to have the freedom to explore things beyond bullet journaling, and I've kind of felt like a little stuck into this world a bit. Whenever you're kind of in a rut with something, I think variety is important, and this is an area where I haven't allowed a lot of variety. So that on its own is like a huge reasoning behind me wanting to take a step back. I also think my planning needs have changed since I started bullet journaling. As I mentioned, I started bullet journaling while I was a student at U of T, and now that I'm not a student, I think I've shifted from more of a I need a tool to manage my life and all these deadlines, and also make sure I'm still keeping up with healthy habits and all these things. I now need, when it comes to planning the day-to-day, more efficiencies, more quick. For example, I don't want to be searching for meeting notes in a notebook when I have a meeting in 5 minutes coming up. I need to find something quickly. So I'm kind of needing more search-friendly options, more just, like I said, efficiencies. So there's just been a little bit of a shift in what I need from a planner for the day-to-day. But honestly, the content reasoning behind this feels like more relevant to making a video like this. I've mentioned that like there's been a lot of videos I've done on this one topic, bullet journaling, and with the monthly Plan With Me videos in particular, they have become very mechanical for me. There's a formula to them. I film my intro and outro, I film my overhead shot of the bullet journaling, I film my voiceover, and then I put it all together, and it's very quick, easy peasy. It's a system that I just can go on autopilot mode almost, essentially. But even when it comes to creating the spreads themselves and coming up with ideas for new spreads, because I do make these monthly Plan With Me videos, and it's always in the back of my mind that although I'm making it for myself, it's also being consumable content that needs to be interesting. So I need to switch the designs up, the approaches, what am I doing each month to make them a little different and to make it exciting again. And I feel like I've really done everything that there is to do with the spreads that are relevant to me. And I think part of the reason I feel good about shifting away from this, even though I know there are people who do watch these monthly Plan With Me's for inspiration with their planners, is that I have an archive of stuff that I'm really proud of, and spreads I think are just mwah. And I can't top. Like, I don't know where else to go with those. One spread in particular that always comes to mind, spread I did with with craft paper roses, and I still think about this spread because I think it's just gorgeous, and it was everything I loved about a spread. It felt good to the eyeballs. I don't know. It's hard to top those moments. At the core of it, I just need a change across the board. I don't hate bullet journaling. I still love it. I still think it's a system that can work for so many people. It's not for everyone, but I think it can have elements that are beneficial to everyone because of the whole customization aspect of it. It's a system that you can really use to create what you need, and that's sometimes hard to find in a pre-made planner or even digital planner. Having that relationship with something tactile, a journal, is so special. It's so unique, and I think bullet journaling is a system that opens a lot of possibilities for you within that. So I'm not letting go of it personally forever. I'm taking a little bit of a break from it now, but I think I'm always going to be someone who wants to have a journal in my life. And that means that there might be a time where I still post the odd bullet journal video here and there. But as for the monthly plan with me videos, like, I am ready for shifts. All of the other content that you see me do on the channel, like, that's not going anywhere. Vlogs are not going anywhere. Organizing videos, Organize With Me videos aren't going anywhere. Talks about money and books, like self-care, all those things that I bring to the channel, like that isn't affected by this kind of video right here. But for those of you who do follow the bullet journal videos and are here still primarily because of that, I do plan to still do stationery and planning content very regularly. But now, instead of those monthly plan with me videos, what I am going to be doing instead is kind of just replacing them with another type of stationery planning video, because there are so many planning systems and tips and hacks that I want to explore, and I think it'd be really fun to bring you through the process of me trying them for the first time, me trying out new combinations of systems to see what works for my new planning needs. I actually just started a new pre-made journal for the first time last week, and I've been documenting the process of my experience with that. So that will hopefully be a video popping into your subscription box soon, using tools like Notion to explore new digital organization systems. And again, taking you through the process of starting that and going through that journey of learning a whole new world of planning. I've done digital planning with things like a digital calendar on Google Calendars and Milanote, but Notion is its own thing, as I'm quickly learning. I want to try new time management techniques and test out stationery, and I think there's just a lot of possibilities for more planner stationery discussion on the channel in a format that's not locked into having to do it just within the Plan With Me bullet journal video. For me, I'm excited. I hope you guys feel the same way. Of course, if you're only here for the bullet journal content, I totally understand if this channel doesn't feel as exciting to you anymore. But I also think it's really important as a creative to honor what you're feeling and to trust your gut, and my gut is telling me that I'm long overdue for a little bit of a shakeup in this area of content. Although it may seem silly to make a whole video dedicated to explaining my decision on stopping to use a planner, bullet journaling has been such a big part of the DNA of this channel. It's been such a big part of my 20s, and I feel like it's owed its little thank you moment, which I hope this video is articulating my gratitude for this system in so many different aspects properly. Hopefully editing Caitlin isn't too disappointed with me in the way that I've been discussing this. I remember there was a time on this channel where if I posted something that was not bullet journal related, that I would lose a ton of subscribers, and there would just be a lot of less interest in the videos that I posted that didn't have the keyword bullet journal in it. So it's just funny to be in this place right now where I think I've done the work, the growing pains of trying to make the channel have people here that hopefully do like embrace more than just like one thing on my channel. Of course, like there's gonna be things that do and don't interest everyone. I'm not under any delusions that every video I create is gonna be something that everyone is interested in. But I feel like even this moment of filming a video that I'm gonna post on my channel saying the words "I'm quitting bullet journaling" is it's so nice to be feeling really good about that choice and that decision, because I know me a few years ago would have been like, what are you doing? Like, that's the scariest concept ever. In short, I really hope those of you who are around for the bullet journal content stick around to see what other planning goodies I have for you over the next few months. If you've got any specific requests of things you'd like to see, this is definitely a time where it'd be really helpful to hear that in the comment section down below. I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you've tried bullet journaling yourself too before, so if you are willing to share, I'd love to hear when you first found the system, if you're still using it, why you chose to continue with it or not continue with it. I think that would be really interesting. On that note, let's just say a little goodbye to Joe. Joe is still being used, by the way. I just used him the other day. He's not been an abandoned planning child. I will see you all very soon with a new video, and until then, happy planning.